Hi, in today's video we're actually going to show you how to go ahead and clean the turbine in case you happen to go as far as going into the motor and the chamber, the motor housing of the range hood. Now for this purpose, this only applies to mainly the turbine fan style, which is the motor type that we actually have here in front of us. Now the first things first, we're going to go ahead and remove the filter, which we already done, and the next thing is to remove the actual turbine cover. Now for this unit, it's actually held in by clamps that are on the side, 3 of them, and then we do have other ones where they're actually held in place with set screws. So it may vary by the type of unit you have, but for this model, it's actually the clamps. So we actually already went and disengaged them already, so we can actually go ahead and remove the turbine cover. There it is. Okay, we can set that aside. And the next thing is removing the turbine fan itself. Now, being that we are gaining access to the turbine, always make sure that you do turn off the power, as you could potentially injure yourself if the unit's actually turned on. So make sure that there's no power going to the unit when you're doing this type of maintenance. Next thing is we're actually going to loosen this set screw right here. Once we get that set screw loosened, you can actually hold the center cone of the turbine with one hand and slide it right out. And as you can see, we now have removed their turbine, which we can actually go ahead and then clean it and reinstall it. Now, as you can see, this set screw is going to be sitting on this spindle right here from the motor. Now, when replacing it, you're going to want to make sure that the set screw lines up with the one flat side on the spindle. Sometimes, you know, if you're not paying attention, or you may accidentally actually place it on the round side, which will in turn cause unwanted noise and vibration and potentially damage the turbine. So make sure that when you're replacing it, you face the flat side up, and once that flat side is facing up, then you can go ahead and line up the set screw to the flat side up, and just go ahead and line it up with the spindle. And as you can see now, the set screw is lined up with the flat spot on the spindle, and we can go ahead and retighten the set screw. Once the set screw is tightened, just make sure that it's hand tightened. It doesn't have to be torqued down or anything. Just hand tight. Once that's done, we can go ahead and reinstall the turbine cover. And as you can see, there's actually a drain plug here for the turbine cover. So make sure that that is also facing towards the back when you place it in. Once we do that, we can go ahead and retighten the clamps or the set screws, depending on the model you have. And that's it. We've cleaned out the turbine, and we're ready to go.